And now, broadcasting live from the Colquitt Center at RoboCop, it's the Alternative Hour. Crank it up, because the Alternative Hour starts right now on WRKE 100.3.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Alternative Hour. I am your host, Elijah Wilhelm, and my normal co-host, Krista, is not here today, but we have the lovely Madeline filling in for us. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Nervous?
Yeah, wicked nervous.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a freshman. I'm from the north, so it's weird not having snow right now, not gonna lie.
It's nice.
Not complaining, still.
So, what's your major?
I am currently undecided because I keep switching it, but
I switched mine too, so it all works out.
it's just so hard. There's so many options.
Exactly. Because remote college is just so awesome.
Of course.
And that's so not admission-y, which is where I work for. That's totally not what I'm supposed to say.
But details is totally fine.
All right, well, this is the Alternative Hour. We got a fun show coming up. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. We'll talk about that. And also, a recap of the worst Super Bowl in history of Super Bowls is also coming up right here on the Alternative Hour. Crank it up. We start right now. Well, if you couldn't tell from listening, that was You Can Be So Cruel, and we are the Alternative Hour. So Sunday was the Super Bowl, and it was the worst Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls. And not just because my team lost, it was just, I thought it was all around bad.
But the commercials were good, so...
The commercials, there were some good ones. There were some really bad ones.
Yeah.
Like the puppy, monkey, baby, or whatever.
We'll just skip over that one.
Yeah, that one was a little weird. But I'm not even going to talk about the game because I can't. I will start crying on air, so I'm not even going to talk about how terrible the game was. But let's talk about the ads. Some of the best, because there were some really funny ones. One of my favorites had to have been Steve Harvey.
Oh my goodness, that one was... I was actually laughing out loud for that.
I did too. That was the only one I actually laughed out loud for. Steve Harvey, if you all haven't heard, because you live in a box or something, he screwed up big time at one of the Miss World, something like that, yeah. I don't know, and called the wrong name. So this was an ad mocking that.
No, in his defense, the wording was really bad for the card.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, you should probably learn to read if you're going to be a host.
All right, let's take a listen to this.
53 state wins, and T-Mobile...
Whoa, listen, folks. I have to apologize again. Look, those were last year's numbers. It says right here on the card, T-Mobile doubled their LTE coverage in the last year. And with more LTE towers than Verizon, T-Mobile reaches pretty much everyone they do. I'm not taking responsibility on this one. Verizon got it wrong. Yes, not me.
Join the millions that switched.
I think the best part was at the end when he's like yelling, Verizon got it wrong. Woo-hoo, not me.
Oh,
that one was pretty funny. And there was this one. People were upset that Budweiser didn't do a puppy dog commercial this year, but this one got a lot of talk about it. It was Helen Mirren talking about drunk driving. I think it's actually a really good commercial. It's a little brash, but it's really good. Take a listen.
Oh, my beer, lovely. Hello, I'm Helen Mirren, a notoriously frank and uncensored British lady. The collective, we are dumbfounded that people still drive drunk. So I'll sum it up like this. If you drive drunk, you, simply put, are a short-sighted, utterly useless, oxygen-wasting human form of pollution, a Darwin Award-deserving, selfish coward. If your brain was donated to science, science would return it. So stop it. Now, the chances are you're a fun, solid, respectable human being. Don't be a pillock. Your friends and family thank you. The friends and family of other drivers thank you. Your future self thanks you. This is supposed to be fun. Cheers. Nice and cold.
And I think the funniest part, you guys couldn't see it if you were listening, at the very end of it, she takes like this big sip of Budweiser. I'm like, hopefully you have a driver.
Keeping it classy.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought that was really, it was funny and it was powerful because I mean, that is something that's still pretty rampant in the United States. I thought that was a good approach at it. And then there's Seth and Amy. Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer from Trainwreck. I thought this one was really funny too, with all the political things going on, which we like to talk about. They made their own political party. Take a listen.
My fellow Americans.
Hey guys, can you be quiet? Seth and Amy are talking about our country.
They say we're a nation divided. They say we disagree on everything.
That's not true. We agree on a lot.
Like Paul Rudd. Everybody loves Paul Rudd.
I didn't know this was going to happen. You know what else everyone loves? Emojis. No, farmer.
Raccoons.
No, beer.
Beer.
Nothing brings America together like Bud Light.
That's why we're forming the Bud Light Party. Just wait till you see our caucus.
We got the biggest caucus in the country.
Whee! But it's not like too big. Like, you can handle it.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today we celebrate our Independence Day.
Are you just quoting Independence Day?
I'm really inspired right now.
America has seen the light.
And there's a gun in front of it.
That one was my favorite.
So a little dramatic, but really funny. Don't forget, we learned on Thursday that these minute-long ads were $10 million.
That's just nuts.
All right, finally, my favorite was by the NFL themselves. So the theme of this was football is family. And these are all children. Well, they're not all children anymore, but they had the year on them that they were born. And they were all wearing like graduation robes with their sports teams on it. And these were all Super Bowl babies who were conceived on the Super Bowl. Take a listen. But that just hit me like really funny. That was a good commercial. All right, this is the Alternative Hour Super Bowl halftime analysis when we return. So Super Bowl 50 received an average 111.9 million viewers, making it the third most watched TV program in history.
That's crazy.
And it was a terrible game. And not just because the Panthers lost, which I do not know how that happened, but it was just a bad game, I thought. But there was the halftime show, which I was texting you and I was like, I gotta go, this is a really good show, you should go watch it. And then
just total disappointment.
And then it was just ruined. Like Coldplay was out there doing like this classy, like fun show. They were out there interacting with the audience, and everyone was like having a good time. It was kind of chill because it was still daylight, so they couldn't do all this like different effects and stuff like that. And then Beyonce comes out in her thong and starts twerking, and I'm like, what is happening with our lives right now? And then they like all started, I don't know, Bruno Mars and Beyonce completely took it over, and I thought it was terrible. Like, he was on there 2 years ago, or like 3 years ago, I don't know.
No, I think it was last year, wasn't it?
It wasn't last year, but I think it was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like, go away.
I mean,
it's not your time.
I think there was just too many people. If they kept it like two.
Yeah.
Or just kept Coldplay. I don't know.
Yeah, they should have just kept Coldplay. They were way better.
I think more people get excited for the halftime show now, though.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I was kind of disappointed that it was during the daytime because, like, I like lighting and things like that, and I couldn't really do any of it because it was...
I mean, they can't one up Katy Perry on her Lion or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, that was good. But yeah, really, people, just let Coldplay do their thing because they were doing a good show, and then you had to go and ruin it. This is why you suck, and America is failing.
The sole reason.
Yes. The Super Bowl halftime show being interrupted was the sole reason that you suck.
I mean, at least the power didn't go out.
At least the power didn't go out. Dear God. That was about the only thing that could have made it worse than it already was. Not the halftime show, but the whole thing was just...
It was a rough night.
It was a very rough night. I'm not talking about it anymore. Here is Coldplay, an adventure of a lifetime, and I promise you this time it won't be interrupted by an arrogant asswipe. Here's the alternative hour. So there's a lot of political battle right now in between our candidates, but there's also political battles at a tattoo parlor, as strange as that is. So business in New Hampshire has been giving customers free Donald Trump tattoos. And now a Vermont tattoo parlor has begun offering free inks of Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Initially, the deal from Artistic & Company in Winooski came with a catch. Customers could get a free tattoo of Sanders if they were using it to cover up a Trump tattoo. But now it's been extended to any pro-Sanders ink. Bob Holmes, who owns 3 parlors in Seabrook, New Hampshire, said he has inked 27 people with Donald Trump since he started offering this about a week ago. People have traveled significant differences. He's even had people from Florida for a free Trump tattoo. Now, one here it's a picture of it. It says, "Make America Great Again." And then I think there's also one of Trump's face. He added that if customers tip him for one of the tattoos, he gives that money to the Wounded Warrior Project, which is a charity for veterans, which is one of Donald Trump's big thing. He's done at least 30 so far. We're getting 5 to 10 calls a day, and there are plenty more on the books. He says he's going to keep doing it until he runs out of ink.
I mean, I just kind of feel bad for whoever loses and you're stuck with the opposite tattoo.
Exactly. That's kind of like people for the Super Bowl, they're so confident their team's going to win. They get a tattoo that says Super Bowl champions, and then they lose.
And it's just oh, what do I do now?
I think some stupid New England fan did that last year.
I mean, I don't think there's any stupid New England fans. It's not possible.
So yeah, if you want a Trump tattoo, go to New Hampshire. If you want a Bernie Sanders one, go there. Wherever that is, I don't remember. But yeah, that's insane.
Dedicated voters.
Very dedicated voters. But there is voting tonight, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But first, campus events, news, and then Valentine's Day. It's all coming up on the Alternative Hour. So there are not too many events going on campus right now, but there are a couple we want to bring your attention to. The Spanish Film Festival is Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. in the ballroom right here in the Colquitt Center.
And tomorrow at 7 p.m. there's the men's basketball game versus Washington and Lee.
So those are a couple options for you. There's not much going on, but there is some things in the future. I can see the future because it's on a piece of paper in front of me. And there are events coming, so there are things to do. This is the Alternative Hour. We're back with news and weather after this. Now it's time for news and weather on the Alternative Hour. New Hampshire's big decision. Voting begins today in the nation's first primaries, where Bernie Sanders and Donald J. Trump are frontrunners. Bad weather may have an impact on the turnout, and a new poll says that 23% of undeclared voters are open to changing their minds. Most polls close at 7 p.m. and will have results soon after. Marco Rubio's difficulties with talking points continue as he had a tense exchange with a gay voter on Monday.
President Obama submitted the first final budget proposal to Congress today. The $4 trillion plan includes $7.5 billion to escalate the fight against Islamic State extremists. The Republican chairman of the House and State budget committees have already snubbed the proposal slate unseen. They said that they would not invite the president's budget director to the hearing on the proposal, an extreme break from tradition.
And water contamination, in addition to Flint, lead contamination has hit high scores of U.S. communities in recent years, a problem that experts attribute contribute to the holes in rules and procedures intended to keep water free of poisons.
Train conclude. I can't talk. At least 9 people are dead and more than 100 injured from the 2 commuter trains crashed head-on this morning in the state of Bavaria. It's not immediately clear why the trains were traveling to the same stretch on the track at the same time.
A Chicago officer being sued for the fatal shooting of a black 19-year-old has countersued, and he is seeking more than $10 million in damages from the teenager's estate for, quote, extreme emotional trauma. Currently, right now, it is cloudy and 32, although it feels like just 20 degrees. It is cold. Today's high is 35, p.m. snow showers and wind. Precipitation chance, 30% Wednesday, high of 31, partly cloudy. Thursday, only a high of 29 and partly cloudy. Friday, 39 and cloudy. Saturday, 21 is the high, mostly sunny. And Sunday, 30 is the high, mostly sunny as well. So it is going to be cold and gross outside. News and weather brought to you by Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow. You're listening to The Alternative Hour on WRKE 100.3.
This is The Alternative Hour on WRKE 100.3.
So today is February 9th. Love is in the air, which is probably why it's like 20 degrees.
It's cold and heartless.
Yes, exactly. But Valentine's Day is coming up. So I think Valentine's Day is a very interesting holiday because people don't understand like the origin of it. And it's really kind of a dark origin. Saint Valentine was, the man who Valentine's Day is all about. And a lot of people believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate, God, talking like you.
Oh, man.
The anniversary of his death and burial. So, just to be clear here, his death was not, like cancer or, like something where he just, died in his sleep peacefully. No, he was beheaded. So, we very well may be, telling each other, I love you.
I hope you die.
Hope you don't get beheaded. Which, I don't hope people get beheaded particularly.
I feel like no one really gets beheaded anymore, but...
No, well, they actually do, just not here.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well...
ISIS? Have you ever heard of a thing called ISIS?
Stop!
Yeah, they like to do that.
Well...
It's like one of their fortes, I do believe.
Learn something new every day.
So, yeah, when you're thinking you have to get this great gift for your significant other for Valentine's Day, just don't behead them. That's all you have to do.
Or get them chocolate. You can't go wrong with chocolate. Ever.
Yes, but that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, Walmart.
Just don't behead them. And they'll be like, why didn't you get me something for Valentine's Day? And you can be like, I did.
resisted the urge of beheading you.
I did. I didn't behead you. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. This is the Alternative Hour on WRKE 100.3. So a couple interesting Valentine's Day facts for you. The average American will spend $119.67 on Valentine's Day this year, which is up from $100.89 last year. So if you're not spending at least $100, you're slacking.
So take that into consideration.
Oh, okay. Men spend almost twice as much on Valentine's Day as women do. The average man spends $156, while the average woman spends only $85. That is not fair.
Well, granted, guys make more than girls anyway, so...
Excuse me, we are in college. We don't make anything. More than 1/3 of men would prefer not receiving a gift. Less than 20% of women feel the same way. Around Valentine's Day, a dozen long-stemmed roses can cost an average of $75, which is about $30 more than the normal price of $58. So they are really taking advantage of the forced kindness. More than 9 million pet owners are expected to buy gifts for their pets this Valentine's Day. I mean, my cat's basically my Valentine, but she ain't getting anything.
What? They don't... Oh, they give you their love, so I guess that's kind of fair.
Yeah, and that's about it. She gets food. She should be happy with that.
In the house.
Yeah, exactly. And we saved her life 2 weeks ago.
Look at that.
Exactly. 15% of U.S. women send themselves flowers on Valentine's Day.
That's the way to do it.
So earlier at the beginning of the show, we talked about Super Bowl babies. But with Valentine's Day, according to a condom company, condom sales are highest around Valentine's Day, 20 to 30% higher than usual. However, not everyone uses those when celebrating Valentine's Day in that way, because more at-home pregnancy tests are sold in March than any other month.
So between Super Bowl and Valentine's Day,
yeah,
you can just expect a lot of kids.
Yeah. And penicillin, a popular treatment for venereal disease, such as syphilis, was introduced to the world on February 14th, 1929. So just in time.
Perfect.
Over 50% of Valentine's Day cards are purchased in 6 days prior to Valentine's. So people are not very planning in their Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of myself. I've already got all my Christmas gifts for next year.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because I'm getting absolutely everyone absolutely nothing.
Oh.
So I already have it.
So you can just get them a jar of nothing.
Finally, 1 billion Valentines are sent each year worldwide, making it the second largest card-sending holiday of the year, behind Christmas. Women purchase approximately 85% of all Valentines. So they don't buy gifts, but they do buy Valentines.
This is why it's cheaper.
And men buy condoms. And that's Valentine's Day for you. This is The Alternative Hour. We'll be back to wrap up the show in a minute. Tonight is the second vote of the 2016 election for president. It's the New Hampshire primaries. Now, this is a little bit different from the Iowa caucuses on last week, because this, you don't have to identify with the party. You just go and vote like a general election vote. With the caucus, you have to go to like this meeting and like write down on a slip of paper who you want and all that kind of stuff. This is just a general vote, so it's going to give a really good idea, at least for New Hampshire, on what they're thinking. Currently, the polls nationally, Trump is at 29.5, Cruz is behind at 21.0, and Rubio at 17.8, Clinton at 49.3, and Sanders at 36.0. In New Hampshire, Trump 31.2, Rubio 14.0, Sanders 54.5, Clinton 41.2. So Sanders and Trump should win tonight if things happen as the polls are saying. But one thing I heard that I find very interesting and very true is that the people who answer polls are the people who answer their home phones.
Really?
Like, that's how they do the polls.
Oh.
So that's not the average American.
Not like really correct at all.
Right. So it's interesting.
Who answers an unknown number now?
Exactly.
Interesting.
So we'll find out New Hampshire primaries tonight. I want to talk about one person real quick. Jeb Bush. I don't understand this. Poor Jeb. He's in 5th place. Nationally, he has 4.3 over Trump's 29.5. Okay? And Trump is just attacking him ruthlessly on Twitter. These are some of the things that Donald Trump, this is from his Twitter feed, about Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush has zero communication skills, so he has spent a fortune of special interest money on a Super Bowl ad. He is a weak candidate. Jeb Bush is desperate, strongly in favor of hashtag Common Core, and very weak on illegal immigration. Everybody is laughing at Jeb Bush. Spent $100 million, is at the bottom of the pack. A pathetic figure. And finally, now that Jeb Bush has wasted $120 million of special interest money on his failed campaign, he says he would end super PACs. Sad. So he's just attacking Jeb Bush. And I do not understand that, because Jeb Bush has like no chance at this point, to be completely honest.
Real ruthless, but
He's a jerk.
But I mean, just let Jeb do his thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
really
why?
Not like a threat at all.
No, why are you attacking poor little? I feel like Jeb's a nice guy. He wouldn't be a good president.
I feel like he just kind of got thrown into it from his dad. And,
So New Hampshire primaries tonight. It's going to be very interesting. That is the end of the alternative hour today. On Thursday, we'll be back with a full summary of the primaries. Thank you to Madeline for filling in today. Awesome job.
Oh, thanks.
Even though you messed up the news, but that's okay.
Details. It's just little
details. Yeah. Overall, it was great. And it's okay, because my first time I was not comfortable either. All right, as always, we'll leave you with one for the road. Stay warm, stay safe. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye, everybody.